Hi, I'm Marty. Today I'm making a virtual reality webpage in VR. So, for starters, we're gonna use A-Frame. It's an open source framework built on top of HTML. It's actually it works with 3JS, so it's JavaScript in the background. But since it's totally built on HTML, you just need to know a bit of HTML, and you can totally do this with markup language. So no coding is necessary. You can go to the site of A-Frame, and there, when you press get started, then you should, if everything continues good, then you should you just need to go to installation, and here you can use the latest build. I'm gonna use the link to the script for the latest build. You don't need to install or download anything, then you just need to uh, enter the script, that's all. um, Today I'm just gonna make since I got inspired by my virtual work environment, I'm gonna make a solar system. So, well, our solar system. So with that, it's quite easy. You just need some spheres and the right textures. And the right textures I found on a really nice site called solarsystemscope.com. They have basically they just give for some free textures of all the planets, even some more details from the Earth. So you can use the normal texture from the day map of the Earth, a night map, even a cloud map, then a normal map, specular map. If you want to really go into detail, we're not gonna need that. And then the Milky Way, some star backgrounds, um, and the sun, and then you have some fictional planets, which I think is a nice touch to this. So they're totally free, so it's a really nice site, and we're gonna use that. So I'll guess I'll get started. So I already created a project folder with a index file, some images. I'm gonna start off with Jupiter, the stars for the background, and the sun. I also added the script from A-Frame. This is the latest release that you can find on A-Frame. I'm gonna add all the links in the description below. Also for the solar system textures, if you're interested, you can always visit that. I'm gonna start off with creating a scene in my body. So in the scene, I'm gonna just there you just can place all your primitives and just everything that you need. So I do need to add some assets. So like so. And in the assets, I'm gonna load all the textures already. I'm gonna make it easy. I'll add all the three necessary textures already in here, so we don't need to do that later. So we're gonna declare this one with through our images, and then the first one we're gonna do is our hemisphere. So the stars, we're gonna give it also an ID. The ID I'm gonna stake. I'm just gonna say say something like sky texture, like something like so. So I'm gonna just do the same for Jupiter text, and I'll just change this, and the sun texture. So these are our assets that we're preloading. Um, Later I'm gonna add, of course, I'm gonna add extra images and so on, but you don't need to see how I do all the stars. All the planets. Sorry, they it just comes to the same stuff. So First, we're gonna add the sky. So sky. That's pretty straightforward. So, and we're gonna add the source. So we're gonna add the source through our um, through our identifier. So this is gonna be sky text. And normally, if everything is good, we should already see uh, our hemisphere. So we should see our stars already. So let's have a look. And this is what we get. So this is the result from just adding the skybox and linking A-frame to your project. So it's as easy as that. A-frame also gives the option to enter VR mode, so we're gonna do that at the end. So you can normally it should also give you some controls, but yeah, maybe you see it moving, but yeah, this all comes automatically when you declare the A-frame scene. So. Okay, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna add some planets and the sun, and also the light source, of course. We're starting with that, of course. So, okay, moving on to our light. Our light source is, you probably guessed, the sun. I'm gonna add the light source first, so separate. I'm gonna add the light source separate, and then the sun. Because I'm gonna add my primitives later. So I want to declare my light source as early as possible. That's my personal preference. So adding a light is as simple as adding the skybox. So it's just a light. And in the light, we need to give some property. So the property of our sky was source, and our source was the image. And for a light, we need to declare the type of light. So you have an ambient light, a directional light, or a spotlight. I'm gonna go for a spotlight. Let's see. So you can add it like so. Then we need to give it an angle, because the default angle is 60 degrees, and that's not nearly enough. So let's say 180 for now. And then we also need to give it a color. And then also intensity 1.5. And so the brightness, basically. And also we need to give our objects a position, because the default position is the same as ourselves in the 3D environment. So we don't want to pop up in our own model. So I'm gonna move it up, move my objects a bit away from the camera, so we can see it upon loading. So I already had something. I already had some positions before, so it's you declare them as all 3D in all 3D environments. So with the X, Y, and Z axis. So let's say -20. And I already have some positions from before, so I'm not just guessing them, but you can play around with it. It's no biggie. Okay, we have added our light, and now I want to add a geometry, and the first geometry is the sun, and geometries you can load as an entity. So a entity. You can give your all your objects, of course, IDs, but I'm gonna leave it for now as is. So we start off with with declaring our geometry, but I'm putting it wrong, so you need to declare your properties in here. Our geometry is gonna be a primitive, and the primitive is, of course, a sphere. Um, for the Earth, if you're into that kind of stuff, you can take a flat cylinder or something, but I keep it at spheres because yeah, that's the most scientifically funded. So yeah, we keep it at spheres. You can make the universe as as you wish to imagine it, but yeah, we keep it as is. So sorry, the primitive is gonna be a sphere, and we're gonna give it a radius. So we decide the size of our sun. The standard measurement in A-frame is in meters normally. I'm guessing this now. So I'll say now 6 for the sun. I'm gonna make it a big sun. Of course, it's in real life it's not 6 meters, but okay. And I'm gonna give our sun the same position as the light source because we want to make our sun emit the same light as we just declared earlier. And here we are gonna add a material, and the material is gonna be a flat shader, and the source is gonna be basically we can just basically use our ID that we declared earlier, like so. And I did something wrong. Oh, here. So we should have something like this. No, it's not correct. What did I do wrong? I did something stupid here, probably. Bizarre. Oh, sorry. Oops. So something like this. So here we have our ID, the source, a sun texture, and our material. The material is a flat shader. You can make something glossier if you want, but let's keep it as is. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's already see what we have here. Okay. Let's try to reload our page. Do we have a sun? We have a sun, but it doesn't give us, well, as you can see, it's kind of a black hole for now. So let's see. I need to add an ambient light. Let's quickly add an ambient light. I forgot about that. Sorry. So it's the same. We add a new light source. This time is the type is ambient. And that should actually be it. Let's see what the result is. Okay, let's reload. Still not good. Did we do something wrong again? Well, here. That should and there we have it. Yeah, I just had some text, but I have to say that it's an ID, of course. So normally, if I reload it, the sun should be here. Okay, so now we just need to add a little bit of rotation to this object, but we'll first add Jupiter to see if the sun's light is nicely emitted to our planet. All right, Jupiter. So we create a new entity, and we're gonna make it the same as we did before, where it's a geometry primitive, a sphere. Maybe this time we're gonna have it give it a smaller radius. If we do it in real proportions, then it wouldn't be fun. So I'll do it and give it a radius of 1, so 1 meter. Of course, in real life, it's a tad bit smaller than the sun, but yeah, then we probably wouldn't see it properly. So let's keep it like so. Then we're gonna also give it the same position, except the x-axis. Sorry, I have difficulty pronouncing that. We're gonna give it a different x-axis. So let's say for now 0, and then also we're gonna need to give it a texture. So the same as before. It's a shader, flat shader, but now it's gonna be Jupiter texture, like so. Okay. Yeah, let's have a look. I hope it's gonna be there. And it already loaded in, so that's a good sign. So we have the sun and Jupiter already loaded. Two spheres with the texture that I got from the solar system scope side. So that's that. If we enter VR mode, later when I go into a VR browser, it'll be nicely loaded. So, but for now we can test it. That's nice. Let's make Jupiter do some cycles around the sun, of course. Yeah. Otherwise, we stay in the same year, and yeah, we have to go forward sometimes. Okay, moving forward to our animation. We're not gonna animate Jupiter yet. The rotation around the sun is gonna be a new object, and we're gonna place Jupiter inside that object and then give it an offset from the sun. So it's gonna rotate around the sun. So a new entity. We're gonna give that entity the same position as the sun and our light source. And we're gonna give it a property rotation. We're gonna give it a starting point for rotation. So rotation is 0, 0, 0. Of course, you need to space it. And then we're gonna add our animation. Our animation, we're gonna animate the property rotation. So properties rotation, and we're gonna have to say declare to which position we want to make our planet move. So that would be 360 degrees. So 2 is 0, 360, 0. And then we're also gonna need to give it a sort of an easing. We're gonna keep it linear because we don't want to have our animation ease out, of course. So easing is linear, and we need to put it on a loop. So loop is true, and then the duration. So that's in milliseconds or something like that. So duration is declared like this, something like this, or well, we'll see quickly enough how fast it goes. So it's gonna be 20 seconds or something. We can make it turn slower or faster, but we'll start with this and see how it looks. So normally our planet should be, so Jupiter should be cycling around the sun. Let's see. Okay, we added our animation and we don't see Jupiter, so where did it go? Let's reload, see if it does something. Ah, yeah, of course, I forgot to give Jupiter an offset. So as you can see, our offset of the sun is -20. So if I'd say, if I'd give it an offset of minus, let's see, it should be -20 or something, or what is it gonna be? Let's see. Let's reload it. No, and -22. No, where did it go? Did I do some rotation to easing and duration? This was already good. Oh, maybe +20. That should be. Oh yeah, there. Oh, there we have it. I think it should be. Ah, it should be +20, and then let's see what that gives. That looks already better. Oh, it's going very slow, but looks already nice. So we want something maybe like this. Oh no, why did I add an extra 0? Whoops. Okay, and there it goes. Should come back if the gravity of the sun works correctly. And here we have Jupiter. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the same animation to our two primitives, to our two spheres. So then the sun and Jupiter are gonna be turning around their own axis, and then I'm gonna add some extra planets to make the solar system complete. But I'm gonna do that off camera. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show you the end results. Okay, I'm now in my Oculus home environment. I opened the browser already, and I uploaded my project to my domain, so it's now online, and I should be able to enter it. And here we have it. So this is the turning sun, and with all the planets, I used all the textures that I could find online, and there you go. One thing I noticed just earlier when I was creating and there you have Earth and Mars. Earlier when I was creating the project, I didn't set a color for the ambient light, so now you can see a nice shadow of the planets on the back, and that wasn't there in the project folder. But I'll upload this project to my GitHub or to whatever platform that I'll find fastest, and I'll link it to the. Yeah, sorry, I'm really distracted. I just like enjoy watching them, and there you have Mercury. So yeah. Yeah, I'll just upload it to GitHub probably, and I'll link it in the description if you just want to copy paste this project. It's yeah. I'll just enjoy our solar system for a while, and there you have Saturn. And after that, I'm gonna upload or edit this video. So thank you for watching. I hope it was a bit interesting. And if it wasn't, then you probably didn't watch it till the end. So I guess if you're here, you enjoyed it. So yeah, see you.